Well, hello everyone, this is Michael Bernoff, and I have a very, very important video for you that is on an extremely important subject matter if you're in sales, if you're in marketing, and most importantly, if you have a business. Now, what this video is all about is this: growing your business. Now, there's lots of elements to growing your business. There's sales, there's marketing, there's prospecting, there's probably 3 dozen other things that are important when it comes to growing your business. But this video is going to be focused on what I believe the most important facet is actually using your time correctly and being most effective with your prospecting. Now, people come to me time and time again and they say, Michael, I'd love to grow my business, but I just don't have the time, or I feel like I'm spinning my wheels. I don't know who to talk to or what to do. Well, I'm going to teach you a very, very simple approach here today. It's just going to take you about 3 to 5 minutes to do. And the first part is something you only have to do once. Once you figure it out once and you do it right, you'll never have to do it again. It's part of a process which I call the how important is it technique. Now, there's 2 very important things when it comes down to business. One, how to actually use your time prospecting most effectively. And the second thing is this: how to actually get your prospects' time. When it comes down to getting your prospects' time, there's only one little piece of information you're going to need to know, and that's this: people spend their time where they see value. Now, you can write that down for yourself, but people spend their time when they see value. If you see value in something, you'll spend the time. For example, if you have to wait in line at a restaurant and you know the food's going to be good, you have no challenge waiting in line. Or you'll sit 3 hours through a movie because you see the value, because it's entertainment for you in your life. Now, what this little technique is 3 very important parts. Now, it looks a lot like marketing 101 or sales 101, what you've heard before, but a lot of times the basics, the most basic things are the things that assist you in growing your business. Remember the $1 billion question. Would you like fries with that? McDonald's has made billions of dollars off a very, very simple question. Now, what that has to do with you is I'm going to share with you a very simple value question that's going to get you booking appointments, getting people to meet with you, and allow you to follow up and be way more effective in the sales process. So let's get into this how important is it technique. Now, the first thing is you have to ask yourself this question: what does your company do? What do your products do? Literally think about this for a second. I know there's 8,000 things your company does, but what does your company literally do? Let's use an example of a weight loss program. If I asked you, what does the program do? Well, it assists people with losing weight. Now, if I were to ask you, what are the features? What does it actually do? It assists people in losing weight. Now, let's go back to the old school, features and benefits. And yes, that is the first 2 questions here on this. And the first question is, what does your product do? So take a few moments, think about it. What does your product do? If you have 50 products, 70 products, pick one that, is most often sold, the one that's, sells the most. Pick that one product. Now, the first question is, what does your company do, or your product do, or your service do? Just ask yourself the question. Now, the second thing is, what are the benefits for people if they actually do lose weight? Well, some of the benefits of losing weight are having more energy, fitting into better looking clothes, feeling better about yourself, and you can live longer, be healthier. But a lot of times people never think about the future in their current situation. So although the products can assist them in living 10 years longer, people are more concerned with today. And really what that is although there's a million secondary benefits of losing weight, being healthy, and a few other things, the most important thing is being healthy and taking care of your health. Let's think about that question for a second. Taking care of your health. So those are the first 2 questions. One is, what does your company do? Just ask yourself the question, what does your company do? The second thing you have to ask is, what is the benefit if you have someone actually using your product? What are some of the benefits? I don't want you to think of the one that excites you the most. I want you to think of the one that will excite the masses the most. So if we're talking about weight loss, I'm going to tell you being healthy, having more energy are probably 2 of the most important things of losing weight. Although you can get better relationships and you feel better about yourself and their confidence and you'll live longer and less chances of heart disease and 1,000 other things, we know that the most important things for people they're looking for is to be healthier and have more energy. Now take a second and write that down. Now what I'm going to teach you is the value question. So easy to use. Anybody can do this. A child that's 6 years old could walk down the street and use what's called the value question. But I challenge you to start using the value question in your own life. And here's what it is. Write this down. How important is blank to you? Think about that question. How important is blank to you? Now, what the blank is fill in one of the benefits. You can ask someone, so let me ask you, how important is, being healthy and having more energy to you? It's kind of a weird question, but when someone says, so what do you do for a living? You could say, well, let me ask you, how important is having energy and feeling healthy? We'll say, well, it's very important. Well, great. That's what our company does. Now you've raised their interest, which actually creates the value. Remember, people see value in things they're interested in. Remember the movie example I gave you earlier? You won't spend 3 hours just sitting somewhere, but you'll spend 3 hours in a movie that you see value in. So let's go through this one more time. First 2 questions, you only got to do them once. What does your company do? And second thing is, what are some of the benefits? Then circle the 1 or 2 benefits that you believe are most important for the masses, not just for you. The third thing is, write down this question. How important is blank to you? Now, if you want to save time prospecting, start asking this question right away. How important is blank to you? How important is blank to you? How important is having more energy to you? The second you ask that question, they answer, yes, it's very important. You know you have a good prospect. If they say it's not important at all, guess what? You don't have the right prospect. If they say, well, of course it's important, say, good, what are you doing about it? And you can schedule an appointment. Okay, so let me give you a couple examples here for just a second. Let's take an example. You own a camera store. And if I asked you, what do you do? Well, I own a camera store. I sell cameras. Well, what are some of the benefits of owning a camera? Now, let's think of the word benefit for a second. Benefits. What is a benefit of owning a camera? You can capture memories, you can capture emotions, and you have keepsakes forever. Now, people don't typically care, how many megapixels it is, blah, blah, blah. What they really care is the good quality pictures, and they can be captured for a long period of time. So the benefits is keeping pictures that look great for long periods of time. That's the benefit. So then you ask someone a question, so how important is it for you to keep your memories and keep pictures for a long period of time? Well, how important is to capture the memories of your children as they grow up? Well, they say, well, it's very important. Well, great. That's what I sell. I sell these cameras. Then you might be able to schedule an appointment. Let's take another example, insurance. I know a lot of people don't want to talk about life insurance because life insurance from time to time, people say, well, I don't know enough about it. It confuses me. And if I asked, what do? You say, I sell life insurance. Well, what are the benefits of life insurance? The benefits is if you did pass on, you could leave your family or whoever owns the policy, you could leave them a sum of money so they could have security. So let me ask you the question. You don't sell life insurance, you sell security. You sell peace of mind to someone else. So the magic of this is not the features and benefits. The magic is the value question. How important is your family's security to you? Now, when you ask that question, they're going to say, it's very important. Well, great. We should talk because I have a plan for you to always have your family feeling secure. Now, that's not selling life insurance anymore. You're selling security based on the value in question of how important is blank to you. Well, let's take an example of microphones. Let's say your business is you sell audio and microphone equipment, and your main product is selling microphones. So your feature is you sell microphones that get people to sound good. Well, what is the benefit? The benefit is a microphone that sounds good and people hear you very effectively. So let's just say you're talking to someone like me and it's important that I use microphones for my events, and use microphones for my events. Someone says to me, Mike, how important is it for you to sound crystal clear and your audience to hear every word you say? Well, I'm going to say it's very important. They say, great, well, I got to show you this microphone. Well, that's a prime example of finding the right prospect. If you're selling microphones, find someone that actually uses one. Find someone that's important to. Because remember this, it's not about the features. It's not about the benefits. It's how valuable they see that benefit for themselves. Take a few minutes and actually do this equation. Write it down. What does your company do? What are some of the features? What does your company do? And describe it. The second thing is, what are some of the benefits? Write them down right now. And the third, write down this question. How important is blank to you? My challenge for you is this. What if you started using this? What if you started prospecting more effectively? And let me ask you this question. How important is it to you to be a more effective prospector and make more money? If it is more important, I got a few other solutions and a couple other videos that I know will assist you. I look forward to working with you in the future. Go out, use this technique. Send me emails to mike@communicategreat.com. Let me know